What's going on, collective? Welcome back. The Oracle's desk. Light your incense. Get your beverage. We're going to get a message. Now, right now, we're going to focus on these charms here. And I'm going to remember to zoom this camera back out at the end of it. Hit subscribe, collective. If you like a tarot reader who has video issues, who also went to photography school, like I can't. Okay. So, right now, these charms feel like they may all go together. Okay. I'm not sure yet. We have the Emperor here. Okay. Let me see. Can you see it? We have the Emperor here. The bee, which is a royal symbol. I believe it was a symbol in Napoleon. We have the black evil eye. I'm getting a lot of messages from the underworld too. And we have some tea about some ancient astrology, astronomy, something. It's ready. And I've had a lot of synchronicities with that. If you haven't seen the first message, I talk about it in there. I'm not going to talk about it again, because I see that most people will watch all these videos. So this could be a message from the aliens. I don't know. Hit subscribe. But also, we have a hot message from the mushrooms, which I'm going to delve into later after I have had a moment to meditate and medicate. So there's something astrologically that is ripe. But also we have the 144 money tree, money flow, money fall, with the number 2 and a liberty. So I don't know if they're all going to make sense. They probably won't. Hit subscribe. If you're into tarot reads that go nowhere. Let's see here. I don't know. I feel like let's go here first. The Emperor is here. Now, we have had lots of emperors and empresses, not just my readings. It's very heavy in the energy. Legacy building is also overwhelming in the energy, and it doesn't surprise me with as many boomers as we have retiring, but we also have a lot of people kind of, just aging out of whatever it is they're doing for medical reasons. But I don't think that has anything to do with this, but that's just been in the general energy lately. So give me just a second. I need 3. Yep, love twice. Damn, Venus twice, guys. Relationship here too. You may be a Taurus. Okay, so I don't know if you can read this or not. So I'm going to read the second house pentacle, planet Venus, rising ruling sign is Taurus. Material and physical experience, work, income, money, assets, property, self-esteem, value, the 5 senses, and habits. This is an oppositional design. Planets at 180 degrees of separation, polarity, tension, dramatic, challenge, conflict, mirror relationship, unsure, and wavering. And then here we have the 7th house. The planet Venus, ruled by Libra. Let's go, Libra. Relationship, contracts, other people, enemies, romantic and business, partnership, equality, and sharing. Okay, right away, we're in relationship territory here with this. I mean, heavy, like beyond heavy. There's something here about the 2nd house and the number 2 and money coming in. Something's going on with the Emperor's relationship. I feel like, yeah, wavering. I don't know. It's kind of sad, though. Well, it's sad because you see the rings together and you see the hands together and then you see them pulled apart. It's very sad. Okay. The Emperor, right away, Queen bee, Liberty. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this means liberation. Maybe you've waited a long time for this to show up so you could be liberated. That's very sad. Sorry. I had to wait a long time too. 616. Just give me a moment, please. Let's do Pride and Prejudice again. What does Elizabeth say about finding a man after her sister gets engaged? I'll teach her 10 children to embroider very ill. And if I should live long enough, I may have the good fortune of running into another Mr. Collins. I don't know why I needed to hear that. Let's see what Jane Austen has to say. I don't know if I like that. I felt like that was... Everything happens for a reason. Okay. So we're going to go here. It was consequently necessary to name some other period for the commencement of actual felicity, to have some other point on which her wishes and hopes might be fixed, and by again enjoying the pleasure of anticipation, console herself for the present, and prepare for another disappointment, diversion. She hardly knew how to suppose that she could be an object of admiration to such a great man. She hardly knew how to suppose that she could be an object of admiration to such a great man. Number 2 and number 7, you may have been seeing Saturn. You must give me leave to judge you for myself and pay me the compliment of believing what I say. I don't know. This is sad already, guys. It feels very sad. Oh, my cards are upside down. Surely you heard my lady out in the garden singing. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, where'd it go? I could have been them at the piano. Ugh! What is wrong with me? I should have held that up. That could have been the... yeah, here. Surely you heard my lady out in the garden singing, shaming all the starlings to hear the arrows ringing. Oh, so you not my lady out in the garden there, shaming the rose and the lily, for she is quite as fair. That is what Emma sang with Robert Churchill at his parents' house. And then Jane Fairfax came and sang better, and Emma was upset. Mr. Knightley consoled her. There's some kind of diversion. And you know what? It's funny that I mentioned that because Mr. Churchill was actually in love with Jane Fairfax, and nobody knew. It was a secret engagement. I know. Hit subscribe. They didn't know it was concealed. And his flirting with Emma was the diversion. And I'm not so much drawn to what is written on this card as much as I am to this woman who's staring out the window, thinking. So maybe somebody was used to distract you. Someone was used to distract you. Somebody have incredibly tempting offer because we have a bee here, which is like a queen, right? Somebody with family, someone with money, someone with power. Sorry, I'm fussing. Forgive me. And this might be some real interesting, tempting strumpet. Yeah, I hardly knew how to suppose that I could be an object of admiration to so great a man. This could be a woman, this queen bee here, this Napoleonic ancient symbol of royalty for an emperor, someone suited for an emperor. And it was meant to pull you away from them. Yeah, they had assets, they had property, they had value. But they didn't have romance, business partnership, equality, sharing. You weren't getting that. So it was like, okay, this is like 10 of cups, 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles, right? Anyone can get a 10 of pentacles. If you have enough money, you can get a 10 of pentacles. But not everyone can get a 10 of cups. 10 of cups is emotional happiness. It's a lot more effort. People don't usually know that they want that until after they've gotten the 10 of cups, thinking that's what they're going to get. You hear it all the time with the guy who's like, I got a big mansion, and then all of a sudden he's living in a trailer. And he's like, I can't stand that damn mansion. Okay, so, and then this was a distraction for you. Somebody distracted you with money and all this prestige here instead of this emotional contract. I'm sorry. This keeps happening to people. Actual felicity, to have some other point on which her wishes and hopes might be fixed, and by again enjoying the pleasure of anticipation. You want actual felicity. You want actual happiness, Emperor. The money for you isn't doing it anymore. You have people in your midst that mean to distract you with other options, kind of like, what's his name? Bingley. How Darcy distracted Bingley from Jane. That's because Bingley loved Darcy and he trusted him. Yeah. Look here, look over here, look away. Come up with some other idea. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. Four of Pentacles. This is when I was just talking about this movie, Mr. Willoughby. Sense and Sensibility. This is her stepson and their father and her husband's died, and her stepson's wife has said, "Oh, we don't need to help them. They can just be out on their own. I don't think your father meant to leave them any legacy at all." And he was like, "Yes, dear, okay." And then he abandoned them. Emperor, you want to get back to this. You want to get back to this. I don't want to share this reading. It's been 16 minutes of... I mean, for me, it's heaven. But for you, it might not be that much fun. So how do you get back? What's the magic to get back? To get back where you belong, with this happiness over here and away from this thing. These two things are in opposition. You're correct. But the thing is, you can have a 10 of cups and a 10 of pentacles. You can have that. But you have to be pretty conscious when you're building. And that's difficult for us to do. I mean, even when we were in this time period, people had a difficult time with that. So don't run yourself too down in the mud over it. It was consequently necessary to name some other period for the commencement of actual felicity. Yeah, when was I last happy? When was I last happy? Maybe you feel like this person was put here like this woman did with her brother. I don't want you with that girl. Here's this other girl to distract you. But you're an emperor. You just don't want any girl. You know what I mean? You need an empress. And you are working towards your 10 of cups. You don't give a shit about your 10 of pentacles. Not saying you don't care, but it's not enough for you to hang your hat on. Flexibility. Yeah, you're very flexible in this way. And you understand money manipulation too. And so you understand my reference is good. Okay, great. Yeah, you're very flexible where this is concerned because you want this 10 of cups. Yeah, I'm sorry, babe. I know it is a burden, but you know what? You're ready to lay it down now. You're ready to lay it down now. And that's the hardest part, living in denial, being in that 9 of wands. That 9 of wands is not a good place for you to be in. Yeah, you're bored. You were worried this was on a whim. This is not a whim. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're here getting reading from me. 10 and 4. Number 2 could also be. Yeah, and so you're looking. You got bored, and now you're looking. Love lift us up where we belong. You were looking for liberty from this situation, and now you're looking for... Okay. So what do we do now? I mean, I feel like you've liberated yourself. I feel like you've liberated yourself at least mentally, if not physically, from whatever this other engagement was. It doesn't have to be a marriage. It could be a business. It could be, but I'm going with marriage because all the cards are indicating that this is a love reading for an emperor looking for an empress. So what does he need to do now that we are looking for these cups? Well, first you got to work on yourself, and that's easy. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready for a new beginning. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself. Self affirmations. See, the cards don't lie, you guys. If you don't have a reader that can back up the things they say with their card reading, go to a different channel. Go to a different channel. Confirmation is everything, and not just with the reader. You got to get confirmation for yourself, okay? That's why I encourage everyone to go to bigkidtreehouse.shop and get your own charms packs curated by me. Nice low prices, free shipping. Hit subscribe. Okay. Fussing with the cards. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help it. We all do it. It's about, I don't know, it's about the flow of energy. Okay, so you got bored. You're looking. You need to work on yourself right now. Keep yourself in the upright. Keep yourself calm. There's a lot of love readings today. It's great. I mean, thank God. Just keep working on yourself. Should we see? Yeah. Look, just keep working on yourself. Your wish is going to come true. This is your wish. If this is your wish, it's going to happen. Now that you've gotten the people out of your ear that are distracting you, this is going to come so clear to you. Think about what you want. I wouldn't do it in a crazy list or whatever, but have an idea where you're floating. Have some standards, You're not going to want to run off with someone you meet at a bar. You know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with people at bars. It's just not the best way to meet somebody making out with them at the pub, Take her out somewhere and then make out with her there. You meet her at the pub and then take her out and make out with her. Don't make out with her at the pub. That's not cool. Yeah, this is a wish come true. Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come shining through. No matter how your heart is dreaming, if you keep on believing, a dream that you wish will come true.